All right. Aloha and welcome to This Is Paradise podcast. Today I have Leonard Oshiro.
Hello.
What's up?
I'm doing good. How are you
Good
doing?
to see you, man. I'm doing good. Thanks for coming on. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. I just kind of wanted to talk about your journey. You know, you've been doing so great with fighting, and meeting you was so cool.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to kind of talk about, I guess, from the beginning, just where you grew up and a little bit about you. You know.
Yeah. Well, I guess my first exposure to martial arts was with karate. Like my dad was always a big karate guy, but he also wrestled in high school. Both of my parents are from Okinawa, Japan, and so obviously Okinawan karate was big over there, and so my dad trained karate a lot all his life, Goju-ryu karate, and his coach for the high school wrestling team that he was at, he grew up on an army base, and the coach was like a junior Olympic or Olympic alternate or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Some pretty high level wrestler, but didn't quite make it. So he would always tell me about how crazy hard wrestling practice was and everything like that. So he was already interested in fighting. Even just growing up, we always had martial arts stuff just around the house. You know, he was always interested in martial arts. So that kind of got us started. But I personally didn't start until me, my brother, and my sister, we got into karate classes when I was living in Kentucky. My dad went for 2 years, so we moved around.
How old were you?
I was in the second grade. Yeah,
Okay.
so
That's pretty young.
I want to say, I don't know, is that how old second grade was?
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Around
Yeah.
there,
Yeah,
Okay.
so I was never good at karate. Just that point sparring, in and out style, where you're real bouncy and light on your feet, and, you go in, get your points, and get out, wasn't really my style. And you see me fight.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
I don't have that bouncy point fighting style. You know? So I would get destroyed in these karate competitions even as a little kid. You know, running into side kicks and all that stuff. So my sister was actually the one that was a good good karate practitioner.
Yeah, I remember karate too because I was into karate too when I was younger. My parents took me out because we started beating up kids out and about in the neighborhood. So they were taking you out of karate. But
I never.
I don't remember that, but apparently that's the story.
Yeah.
But I just remember karate being more a lot of blocking and it was almost like choreography.
Yeah, you never get punched in the face, and I think that's very important for fighting because I think a lot of the benefit of fighting, especially for real life, I guess you could say, whether it be for women and children, kids getting bullied or little dudes or what have you, is that it gets you used to it's stress inoculation, you know. It gets you used to the stressful environment of somebody trying to take your head off, you know. It's not. There's few sports where you can just
someone's trying to beat you up.
Yeah, exactly. Even wrestling and jiu-jitsu, it's not the same as when there's punches coming.
Right.
Everyone that's fought before knows, or even sparred before, when somebody's throwing full speed, full force, trying to knock you out, there's a little bit of oh shit, moment. Yeah. I'm in danger.
And if they're a huge person too, that could be scary.
For
until
sure.
You know what their punch is like.
Right, until you have confidence in your defense and and all that, you have faith in your defense. It's just having confidence in yourself that you can handle yourself in that situation. I'm not saying that a woman or a small man or whatever can win against a big trained guy, but it buys you time. It gives you faith to stay safe for a little longer, or you know what I mean. So you're not just freaking out and you're just a sitting duck, you know.
Yeah.
I think the mental aspect of the stress inoculation and being able to face adversity and face your fear is a big part of fighting, you know. And that's something that's missing in point karate. Like I was saying, it's not scary. You're just getting touched. You're not scared that you're gonna get knocked out, for or whatever, you know.
Yeah, it can be pretty scary.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think MMA.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, I feel like there's one little untapped screw that's
in MMA fighters.
In every fighter that chooses, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you kind of kind of gotta. There's something messed up about you if you're like if you fall. I feel like even there was like a really good like Chris Lieben quote I think or something like that where he talks about like there's people that fight MMA and like no matter what like they could look like the most clean cut like respectable member of society, but there's like something. There's a reason why like you're fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's always like there's like memes on Instagram about it. Like every MMA fighter has either like been bullied as a kid or like watched too much Dragon Ball Z or like Naruto or some other anime or like I don't remember or like saw Rocky as a kid or something like that. And then some of us are like all three of those things. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely love Rocky.
Yeah, love Naruto too and Dragon Ball too. Yeah.
So like what inspired you to get into MMA initially? Like
I wanted to box. I initially wanted to box. I thought MMA was I thought it was like wrestling. I was like I didn't understand it. You know, so I just understood like as a kid, you know, I saw Rocky, you know, boxing. I just understood like the fists flying and I wanted to do that. So when I started out I was in San Diego. I was in college, and I'm skipping ahead a lot. But I was in college at the time, and I wanted to box. So I was looking for a boxing gym in reality, and that's when I found Tiger Small's Boxing, which is attached to San Diego Combat Academy at the time, and now it's since then become like a 10th planet. So it's a 10th planet in San Diego. But initially I just wanted to box, but then I wasn't really getting a lot of attention from like the boxing coach or anything like that. And because you know a lot of times with boxing, if you're not like 12 years old, like, crazy amateur fights, and like you might make it and like win a world title or whatever. A lot of times like boxing coaches like they're you know, to be fair to them, you know, that's how they make their money. So they're looking for the next fighter that can like make a name for them. You know, they're not really looking to train like somebody that's just gonna do like that just wants to compete like you know what I mean, like adults.
Yeah, that's what's the most interesting about MMA. It's like
MMA is more welcoming.
Yeah, okay, but it's also like you need to have kind of a little bit of all of the styles.
Yeah.
To survive a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
And I think that also makes it easier in a way too, because like if it was boxing, like if you got better boxing than I do, or like not even just better boxing, like everything's better. Your hand speed is better. Your power is better. Your defense is better. Your footwork is better. I'm fucked. Like I can't go. I can't do anything to like a guy that's a better pure boxer. But maybe in MMA, like maybe I can wrestle you.
Yeah.
And so there's like things that you could be just slightly better at than the other dude. And if you could find a way to like make the fight go to your area of expertise or like relative expertise, then you have a better chance.
So what do you think about the Ronda fight? Did you see that last like 30 seconds?
I did. Are you talking about with the recent one with Gina Carano?
Yeah.
I did say. So fun fact,
I was like kind of disappointed she. I mean, I get it, but like I'm like, you didn't even give it like a minute. Like.
But that's how all of Ronda's fights were in the beginning. Like when she
she didn't want to even risk giving her any type of opportunity. I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. But that's Ronda. Ronda's signature. That's Ronda's signature. Style. Yeah, she's gonna go in there. She's gonna throw you with her judo and then smoke you in the first round with her arm leg. Yeah, you know what I mean. My teammate was the first person to fight Ronda in the UFC. My old teammate, yes, Liz Carmouche. Yeah, the first female fight in the UFC. And for this last fight with Gina, my one of my best friends in San Diego, his fiance was Ronda's training partner for Gina. She was like backstage, like warming up with her and stuff. And like, like there's Margaret over there. Shout out to Margaret and Sam. Sam, it was actually quartered me in my last fight in Florida a couple weeks ago. So they're good people.
That's awesome. How did that go for you?
Yeah, I won. And that was a weird one though. It was like it was technically not an MMA fight. It was a Sanshou fight.
What is that?
So it's like a form of. It's kind of like how kickboxing, like Japanese kickboxing, was derived from like karate. It's like karate in boxing.
Yeah.
So Sanshou is kind of like the same thing, but for kung fu. It's like a kung fu based kickboxing. But in reality,
it's just like different rules, basically. Like
yes. So it's basically it's basically MMA, except once you take somebody down, you only get like 5 seconds to ground down. So there's like no time.
After
to,
the
like,
5 seconds.
You just stand back up and you fight.
Got it. Okay.
I think it's entertaining as heck. Like it's super entertaining because it's all the standing and banging and all the takedowns and a little bit of ground and pound with none of the submissions, which a lot of casual fans they're not into the submissions anymore. So, but it was fun for me. You know, like I was just defending takedowns.
It's like all the interesting parts of MMA.
It's the exciting parts. Yeah. For like, especially for not a diss to like casual fans or like, because that's most of the sport. Most of the fan base is just like casual people that like maybe don't train jiu-jitsu, But if you understand the jiu-jitsu, you don't want to see two dudes rolling around on the floor. Like you train jiu-jitsu, like I train jiu-jitsu. Like when we see like cool stuff happening on the ground, like a cool sweep.
Someone getting out of something.
Yeah, then we're like, oh, that was cool. Yeah. But for a lot of people, they're like, oh, like let's just stand them up and like see them bang, And so I got to have a little bit of fun with that. I was like doing the things that I always do.
So which style do you like the most? Like specific style?
I have to say MMA. Oh, specific. Okay, you mean like out of the individual arts?
Yeah.
That's a great question. I like. Okay. I like boxing, but I hate boxing gloves.
Yeah.
I like Muay Thai too, but I hate the boxing gloves. I think it changes the dynamics of the fight, like the shape of your fist, the amount of power. Like in MMA, you see guys get knocked down with jabs.
Yeah.
With the small gloves. But also,
it's so different, like getting hit with like an actual knuckle.
Yeah, like an MMA. Yeah. I feel like MMA gloves are closer to bare knuckle than MMA gloves are to boxing.
Yeah.
Like even like a 12-ounce boxing. It feels different than a 4-ounce MMA glove. The puffies, the 6-ounce MMA gloves, those feel a little bit more like boxing gloves. On your face when you're getting hit with them. This is for the viewers that haven't gotten hit by all the different varieties of punches. Like the bare knuckle, the 4-ounce MMA glove, 6-ounce puffy MMA glove, or boxing glove. But it feels different, and the fear level, the stress level is a little different too, for sure.
I can see that, yeah.
Because I'm sure you've been in like bare knuckle fights like back in the day, like not obviously like sanctioned or anything, but like in school or like on the street or hopefully not on the street.
I don't think that was as scary as like if fights would occur like nowadays, because I feel like people are more trained nowadays than back then. Like back then, like in Hawaii, like we didn't even really have UFC or MMA.
I don't know.
Like,
Hawaii.
The only thing was karate. Well, I'm talking about when I was growing up. When I was growing up, they didn't have.
Really?
They didn't even have jiu-jitsu here.
Oh.
Like it wasn't even popular yet.
I see.
Like that's only been popular within the last 15 years.
Okay.
I would say like at
its really like you run into people.
Like now everyone takes their kids to jiu-jitsu and that's normal. And like back when I was a kid, there was no jiu-jitsu to take your kid at. Like I was going to karate and that was the closest thing.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
So it's like I'm seeing, like now that I obviously I got in it like, a lot older, but like I see all the teenagers and stuff now, like
it's awesome
doing it nonstop.
It's
and
awesome.
I'm like, dang, I wish we had this when I was growing up, because I totally would have got to.
Yeah, the teenagers are killers nowadays. And some of them are not even just doing jiu-jitsu, some of them are just fully doing MMA, and like they're a professional level. They're little tiny 10-year-old little professionals walking around like excellent striking. Like
we're training on these tiny ninjas.
Yeah, it's wild. Like the skill level is so like I'm 0-2 against teenagers in Hawaii. Like Chris Vanny, he whooped my ass at a smoker at Prodigy, like crazy kickboxing. And then now that guy's like a junior Waco. No, he was a junior national champion in Waco kickboxing, and then now I think he just won the regular Waco national. So he's a national champion, And when I saw him, I'm like, dang, this guy's like kicking the crap out of me, like giving me no room to do anything. He's a freaking beast. Current X1 featherweight kickboxing champion. So he's good, and then also I got choked unconscious by Josiah Kamakele. And both of those guys are like 19. They're freaking animals, man.
Yeah.
Like the kids are who you gotta worry about. You don't gotta worry about the 31-year-olds like
how
me.
Fearless they look too. Like
they're
at
so
that
calm.
age, it's like
they have so much experience.
It's nuts. Yeah.
It's crazy.
So tell me what it's like balancing everything, like, because you're in the military, so like, what is that like with training, military,
yeah,
physical stuff?
You know what? The thing is, what was your MO?
31 Bravo.
What is that?
Military police.
Okay, military police. Okay. See, you guys like do work during garrison, like regular like barracks, like if you're like just like not in the field or anything. But infantry, we don't really do all that much. Like we work regular work hours, you know. It's just like 9 to 5. Like, really, I mean we do PT in the morning too, but like,
right.
But it's really just 9 to 5. So like it's really just a normal job when you're not like when they're not like, hey, we're gonna go to the field for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Which always seems to happen during a camp or something, you know.
Oh really?
Yeah, but like there's always.
So what do you have to do like for yourself during that time? Like, because that's really what that question
I just put
is.
Army first. Like the fighting at the end of the day, like it's cool, but it's a hobby.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
you know what I mean?
let's just say you still want to do well in the fight, right? So obviously you're gonna put the Army first and all that, but like
Yeah.
in terms of like getting ready for the fight, are you like?
I don't even think about it.
Are you bringing like?
No, I just do
tuna
100.
to the.
Oh,
I'm just thinking like
honestly,
diet,
not really.
like, recovery
Honestly,
stuff.
not really, because when we're in the field, man, we're putting on these like I would estimate.
You're not really doing much different.
80. No. We're not. I'm not doing any sort of like fighting training, but like I'm putting on like an 80-pound ruck, and I'm like doing movements like, you know, like 5-foot movements. Like we might go like 10 kilometers, like, you know, in a day. You know, not like all at once, but sometimes like you're moving a little bit, and then you're like watching an objective, you know, like you gotta move somewhere else. Like there's all this like you're just active all day, you know.
Right.
And I'm eating MREs like just like everybody else. You know, I'm doing the regular Army thing. It's as if I wasn't a fighter. You know, and then once we get back from field,
You're not really doing anything different.
Nothing.
When you're in that setting,
Nothing.
you're just okay.
Nothing. I'm doing the regular Army stuff, 100% Army. Yeah, and I worry about the fight when I get back. So sometimes I've like gotten out of the field and I had like 3 or 4 days, and then it was like the fight. So it is what it is, you know. Like
You just can't fight, but you know you're like.
Well, that's
still
why
getting exercised.
Yeah, correct.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm at least still like working.
Cardio wise, like.
Or just like just like I'm not getting fat. I'm sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
But what was I gonna say? I don't know.
Okay, it'll come to you.
Yeah, it'll come to me later. Yeah.
But no, I was just curious because I would imagine like, you know, it's stressful when a fight is coming, right? Like you know that it's coming, but then when you're in the military, like even for me, like I remember like, yeah, you can't really think about anything else.
Yeah.
And our 9 to 5 is really not a 9 to 5. We would always work
that's
at
true,
least 12 to 13 hours, and that's assuming like we didn't catch a case. So that's assuming we went to like all these domestics or whatever we have to go through as a military police officer, and it didn't turn into anything, which that's not
That's
realistic.
never gonna happen. It sounds like.
Yeah, sometimes it does turn into something. And so like to then do another hobby where like I would have to fight, like just thinking about that, I would almost feel like I would have no time to recover, even sleep-wise or whatever else.
Yeah, the recovery is important. But you know, that's also why like I try to be smart about my training and not like grind myself down to the bone, because I still do need to like at the end of the day to keep myself
Relax.
both like ready, I guess, like for Army stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be draining myself on a weight cut and then perform like crap at work. That's not a good look. You know what I mean? Because, like the mission always comes first. Still, you know, oh god, that sounds so important. Oh, the mission always comes first. But you know what I mean? Like, it's true. You know, the Army stuff comes first.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's where you're going to be getting the most pressure day to day.
Sure. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Like no one's going to be calling and yelling that you're not like.
Yeah, like
training for the fight. Like,
yeah, because my coaches, they're also in the Army. Like they're Army guys, you know. Son first class, Stefan Nustad, and son first class, Ben Borg. And they're in the Army, and so they know how it is. You know, like sometimes I'll take a fight. One time I was in the field when I was texting Melissa over at X1, and I was like, hey, she was like, hey, will you fight this guy? And I'm like, yeah, I'll fight him. And then my coach was in the field as well, but like in a different location.
Yeah.
And with a different company. And he sees on Instagram, like if she puts up my poster, he's just scrolling. He's like, "What the heck?" And that's how he found out that I was fighting. and he was mad. Not like really, but he was just like this guy, like, you know. And then like we got out of the field, we had like 4 days to just like hit some mitts and be like, hey, we should do this. And we went out there and fought. But yeah, like it's crazy, man. It's fun though. But that's like also why I fight at 145.
Yeah.
Realistically speaking, I should be fighting at least 135. I fought at 125.
Dang,
But I'm
so small.
Yeah. But I fight at 145 because I know that I can't be
It's not
depleting
realistic
myself
to deplete yourself. Yeah.
and have a job as an infantryman in the army. That's not gonna happen. So I'm just gonna go in there with my 145 dad bod and like do the best I can, you know. Hopefully it's entertaining, you know.
That's funny. So what do you think about the Max Holloway Conor McGregor thing that's coming up?
I think activity is the most important thing. I think Max should win.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I think when you're fighting often, like you keep your sword sharp, and when you're out of it for a while, And again, I could be wrong. You know, like obviously anybody could be wrong. Because if anybody's
that's a good,
gonna do
thought
it,
process though about it, like in terms of prediction wise. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I want him to win. I feel like after coming off that recent loss, too.
Yeah, no, and I love Conor too. Don't get me wrong, I love Conor. I love like when I watch him when he was like right in like the prime Conor McGregor era.
A lot of crowd,
Yeah, but he was just so confident. You know, I like the confidence.
I think he knew too that like it was kind of his time. You know, like he grinded for so long. He was getting the popularity. I think he was just going.
But he manifested all that though. Like, that sounds corny too. But you know what I mean? He was like, oh, I'm gonna be the 2-weight UFC world champion, like have more money than like I know what to do with, and like provide a life for my family and this and that. And he's been saying that he was gonna do that ever since he was like living
homeless.
with his basically homeless, you know, with his
poor, right?
He was living with his mom or something like that, and like his wife stood by him and like supported him and all that. And, like that's awesome, you know. But like he was saying that even before he was like any sort of things, you know, like he just had that self-confidence, that self-belief, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's awesome, you know. And like that's something that I think a lot of people can benefit from fighting too. Is like the self-belief and the confidence. Because like I feel like I used to be a lot different. I used to be very shy. I used to be very like I still kind of consider myself a little introverted, and my friends would like make fun of me. But because they think that I talk a lot, I'm like a little yapper, you know. But
I think but it could be too because you're now more comfortable with them, and then that kind of comes out.
I think I'm more comfortable with myself. Yeah,
So
I am comfortable with them too.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's different, you know. Like and like you can even tell. Like I have a lot of fights on YouTube too, from my very first MMA fight, like on an Indian reservation. And you can see me in the walkout, like when I'm entering the cage, my face, like I look so nervous and so scared. And you can see like as the fight gets like you go through like the later and later fights, like other fights that I've had.
That's such a good point because
I look more and more relaxed.
Now that I think about you coming out for the last or the one I was at, I think there might have been one after that. I don't know if you fought, but I remember it felt like you were just like rushing to the stage. Like you're like, let me just get this shit over with. Like, or like let me go warm up. Like you just felt so like it wasn't somebody I would have described as like nervous for the fight.
Yeah, you know, for sure. Yeah, I gotten better at it now that I've had like my last fight here in Florida was my ninth. Well, that wasn't really an MMA fight per se. That was my ninth
fight total.
Yeah, like in a cage. Like that's not true because I've had fights in the Army that don't count on my record. Mm-hmm. So I have like 3 MMA fights in the Army. You know, I got 9 MMA fights, like official, like amateur fights, and then I have like. I remember I counted one time, I had like 25, 30 plus like smokers. You know what I mean? So it's all that's like good experience. You know, some of them like obviously don't go on your record, most of them don't go on your record.
Right.
But it's still the experience of you going out there. Thank God. Thank God. Although I don't really care. Like I don't really care. I'm not embarrassed by my record. You know, like I'm 4-5 now, but like I'm not embarrassed that I have a losing record. Like I went out there, I did my best, like I tried. Like I've tried and failed and I learned stuff and like it is what it is, you know. Like I'm not embarrassed that I lost. I'm not embarrassed of like the like past failures. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think like anyone that does MMA shouldn't either, because like just going in there is like kind of nuts. So like.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like you learn your.
Fight, you know?
Yeah, you took your legs, like you learned your lesson, and you're better for it. You know, I've been better after every fight. You know, I think anyone can see. They see my fights, like my recent fights, and they look back and they compare it to my first couple fights, and you see huge improvement, not just in fighting skill or whatever, but like in like mentally. You know, like I handle my emotions better. Like I am more relaxed. Like I can handle like the stress of like getting hit. I can handle the stress of like performing in front of a crowd. You know what I mean?
What do you tell yourself like before you walk out there? Like, is there something you tell yourself now that's maybe different from what you're thinking?
Yeah,
before?
actually, yeah. So there's a visualization technique that like I heard about samurai doing, where before battle they'll like visualize themselves getting like pierced by arrows and like stabbed and like bleeding. That they imagine the most gruesome death possible, and they like become like desensitized. They accept that that's a possibility. You know, like you don't go in there like, ooh, like I hope I don't get pierced by a single arrow. I hope I don't get cut. Like, nah, dude, you're in a war. You're gonna get pierced by arrows. You're gonna get hacked off. Like you probably aren't gonna come out of your body. You know, and so a lot of times in the back, I'm like, well, I'm probably just gonna get knocked the out. Like, I'm probably just gonna get knocked out by the first punch he throws. I imagine like the worst possible thing, and I think I'm like, would I be like, how would I feel? And to me, like, I wouldn't be embarrassed. Like if I fought a scary guy, like I went out there and I fought a scary guy, and he just came out there first round, first 10 seconds just smoked me with the first punch he threw, like, and people are clowning me on the internet, whatever, like I wouldn't care, because I'm like, at the end of the day, like as long as, I mean, obviously I would care, but I wouldn't be embarrassed. Because I went out there and I faced the scariest good dude that was scary to me.
Yeah.
And I came up short, but like I still went out there and I did it. You know what I mean? Like it's like I just like accept the fact that I could get knocked out and embarrassed in front of like all my friends. And then now anything that happens that's not that is I'm already doing better than I thought I was gonna do. You know, so I'm like, hey, if I don't get smoked in the first 10 seconds knocked out, then I'm already doing better. And it like lifts this like anxiety of like, oh God, I have to look good, I have to perform, like which I used to have, you know. I used to live in my car in San Diego for years, and my whole identity was wrapped around fighting. I wanted to be a professional fighter. I wanted to make money. I wanted to do this and like support myself. But like I'm living in my car. I'm like homeless. I was a 1-4 amateur fighter. I felt like a loser. And like every fight, it was like, oh, you have to win, or else like, look at how much you're sacrificing. Like you're this dude, you're in your mid-20s with a crap record, anime record. Like you can't even win an amateur fight. Like what makes you think you could be a pro? What makes you think you could make money doing this? What makes you think you could be a pro? You know, it's like all this like negative, like self-talk and like.
It sounded like you needed coaches at that time, or like that.
I had great coaches. I had great coaches and great teammates. It was. I think it was like the mental pressure that I put on myself of like, dude, you have to do it. You have to.
So it almost sounds like it's almost better for you that like this has become a hobby instead of something that
it's so freeing.
Like making it something that you're sustaining yourself.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
That makes sense.
100%. Because now I'm like, I'm gonna go in there and I'm
like it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah. And like I'm just like here to like do cool, like fun stuff and like do cool stuff. Like in my last fight, I tried a rolling thunder. Like I don't know if you know what that is.
No, I don't know what that
It's
is.
a karate move where you basically do a front flip and try to like hit them with their heel. It's like almost like a wheel kick, like a hook kick.
Okay.
But you just kind of like front flip and you try to hit them with your heel. And then so I tried the rolling thunder at the end of like the first round. And the end of the last round, I tried to drop kick the guy. Like I literally jumped up and just like tried to kick him, like drop kick. Hilarious. But it's the last 10 seconds. Like I might as well try something funny.
Or new,
Yeah, you know. And it's like if no matter what, get the clip, and like everyone in the crowd was like, "This guy's funny, dude. Like, what is he doing? He just tried some pro wrestling move in MMA fight. Like, it's funny, dude. Like, who's doing that, you know?
So you don't really have any, like, pressures on yourself then?
I'm just gonna go out there and I'm just gonna like throw bombs and like make it an exciting fight, and hopefully the people, my friends that bought tickets, like have fun and like have fun watching me fight. You know, even the fights that I've lost, like in X1, you know, they've been fun. You know.
Oh yeah, no, they're really definitely entertaining. Do you have any fights coming up?
No, I gotta chill on the fighting thing for a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie.
Just take like a little break.
To do more army stuff. You know, like I broke my nose and it took me out for a little bit, and like I need to. And just like that took me out a little bit. I was on profile. If you don't know what that is, in the army or the military, you get on profiles like a medical. What would you call it? Like a medical.
Basically, it hinders you from being able to do like your job duties.
Yes.
And like if there are like different things in the military you want to do, like schools and things like that, you kind of can't. You're not like the next runner-up for those things because you're technically hurt.
You're like on like standby.
Yeah, and it's not even.
It's not a good place to be.
It's also not a good look because just like I think
it makes you look like
the perception.
Yeah, it makes you look like you're like.
It's a very negative.
Slacking off.
Yeah, it makes it. Yeah. Even though there's a lot of people that are legitimately on it, you know, for legitimate things, it's just.
But there's also people that are on there because.
Such a negative thing.
Right. But there's
negative cloud.
Look, in my mind, like people get hurt, like getting drunk and getting into like bar fights and they break their nose. But like I went out there and I was doing a sport and I broke my nose. It's a little better to me, but like at the end of the day, I couldn't do my job. Right. So now I'm like, okay, I got to take a little bit of a step back, maybe away from fighting. I've been having fun, you know. Like,
no, that makes sense. Yeah,
and like take care of some army stuff, you know, set my career up a little bit, like get some schooling out of the way. Like I really want to like go to Ranger School and think that's the big one. That's the big one.
Yeah.
That's my big goal, Ranger School. And then after that, like get back in the fight. You know, now that like the army stuff is like squared away, you know. So,
yeah. Okay.
But I'm still gonna do these army fights. Actually, I'm doing a MMA fight for this Wolfhound League because I'm in 227. Okay, I know. But this is an army. This is an army fight. It's not like a real MMA fight. It's a real MMA fight. It's just not like a real.
What are the rule differences? I want to know. Like with how they do it in the army.
It's actually crazy. Yeah. So
versus actually. Yeah, or like one of the different ones.
Yeah, I mean, I fought in 3 different states now. I almost fought in Mexico too. So like, so I kind of like have experience with different rule sets. But there's so like for instance in X1, the crazy part about it is they allow elbows and knees, bare elbows and bare knees to the head, standing. Pretty crazy for an amateur MMA fight. Pretty crazy, yeah. Because usually even on the mainland, Muay Thai they make you wear elbow pads as an amateur. Obviously, pro you can go. Bare elbow, and for amateur, we have elbow pads. X1 only amateur that I've seen where you can throw bare elbows and bare knees, unless it's like a high level like amateur title fight. Like I think Toughness does it, but that's like an amateur Muay Thai. Yeah. And I believe, and then there's like some like Indian reservation shows, like unsanctioned shows that I've been to in California, which for title fights, they will allow elbows and knees. That's a Hawaii thing. Interesting. Allowing heel hooks in MMA X1, you're crazy for that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But cool, you know, it's like X1 and MMA in Hawaii, amateur is like it's just pro, but shorter rounds. It's the closest pro fighting while still being amateur. Because in California, a lot of times they make you wear shin guards as well for the first 3 fights. And then the gloves are also 6-ounce MMA gloves, not 4. We wear 4s actually. There's no elbows or knees to the head. Like it's different. No heel hooks. You know.
So the army, you can do that or no?
Great question. So in the army, one thing. The weird thing about X1 is no up kicks, and I've seen that all over Hawaii. No up kicks. Like what's up? In California, they're illegal. That's why I was confused in one of my fights. I was throwing up kicks, and the ref's like, "Hey, don't do that," because I forgot the rules meeting. I forgot they said that in the rules meeting. I was so confused. But up kicks not legal in a lot of Hawaii like smokers and like.
I wonder if like maybe just something happened or something.
Maybe I don't know. It's a weird little like cultural amateur. I don't know. But no, in the army, the rules are a little bit more restricted. There's no knees, no elbows. You wear shin guards. But the crazy part is you could knee them in the head if you're both grounded. So like the pride style, like let's say I was on top of you in side control, I could just be kneeing you in the head. I'm gonna try that actually. This next fight for Wolfhound Week, I'm gonna try that. Like, I don't know when Wolfhound Week is. I believe it's like within the next month. But watch, I'm gonna try that, and then I'm gonna clip this part of the video in there to say like, I told you, I said I was gonna do it, and I did it.
Yeah, you should.
Top side control, and you can just rain knees down to a ground your opponent. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like bare knees, no knee pads. But no heel hooks, no twisting leg attacks.
Okay.
And then no mounted guillotine. It's like this one, no neck crank. So like no mounted guillotine, you consider that a neck crank.
Okay.
So it's weird, yeah. But everything else is the same. And we also wear the puffy MMA gloves, the 6,000 MMA gloves.
Okay.
Is that true? I think that is true. I think we wear the puffies. But it's
So
basically MMA.
So it's a little different.
Yeah, but it's MMA. Like, it's basically amateur.
And they do it, like, you have the same weight classes and everything?
No, the weight classes are a little bit different.
Oh, really?
I hate it, yeah. It's like, they have like a 140 and a 125 and a 110. But other than that, like, it's just 170, 55, 70, 85, 205.
That can make a huge difference.
Yeah, that's a huge weight cut, 15 pounds, huge jump.
Yeah, allowing someone to be like, yeah, I definitely kind of played around with jujitsu and like,
The weight.
yeah, like figuring out, is it better to cut?
Yeah.
Is it better to fight here? But the only problem is when you're fighting at your highest or whatever, that like if you are in a different category, like you're also letting heavier girls fight you. So it's like,
Yeah.
like you just gotta be careful
I've
where
always
you end
been-
up, I guess, and like kind of.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. Like I said, I fought at 25, 35, 45, 55. And I guess, yeah, I guess and if you count like smokers and army fights, I fought at 170 as well. But other than 170, if you tell me to like I'm fighting at a certain weight, I will find a way to cut like 10, 13 pounds the day before. Because even if you give me a fight at 145, I'll find a way to eat enough donuts and like rice and all this stuff to like be heavy, so that I have to cover it. But I love eating, you know. But that's why I like fighting at a heavier weight nowadays. It's just less I have to worry about. You know?
What kind of stuff do you do training wise? Like I know you were saying you don't really like.
I train with Army guys. We have like our own team that we kind of made with just people in the Army that are interested in training. And you've been there before, but yeah. So you've seen the little room that we train in, and it's just a ragtag group of like people in the Army that train, or people at the 25th ID that train. That like it's like a little secret little club or a little secret little group.
Yeah, it's like a little fight club.
It's technically not secret, but like it's like an open secret. You know? There's like behind ranks that know, and then like we're supposed to have like a con on and stuff. Because at the end of the day, we're soldiers, you know. A lot of us, and like, you know, a lot of us were infantrymen. And
yeah.
We're gonna do this. We need
us.
We do it every day except Sunday. Yeah.
So that's a good amount of.
Yeah. We usually train about 2 hours or so, like 5:30 p.m. to around 7:30 p.m. So. Okay. And then sparring on Saturdays.
That's pretty good. Yeah. That's a lot of training.
No, it's solid. It's not as much as I used to train, but also like you said with like the balancing the work thing, it's the perfect amount, you know. And my coaches, Nustad and Ben, they're good about knowing when they need to like back off of us a little bit, just so that we're not like too crazy wiped out for work. Like let's say we got like a rock the next day, like a time rock, something like an AFT or like that's like the Army physical fitness test or whatever. Yeah, so like. I'm good about that.
Do you have any advice for like people that want to get into fighting?
That are in the Army?
Yeah, either in the Army or
or just like
just in general.
I would do it. I would just do it because, like I said earlier, you're never gonna feel ready. There's never gonna be a day where you wake up and you're like, oh, I think I'm gonna like do MMA. I don't know, there might be, but then you're one of those weird people that I was talking about with like issues, you know. But like most people without issues.
Yeah, because what's her name? I forget her name, but she was like, oh yeah, we should fight each other.
Oh, no, I mean, that's my homegirl, Noemi.
I don't even think they would let us fight each other.
She's wild.
But I mean, she is pretty scary. So I was like, maybe they would let us. Only
that's my
super
homegirl.
scary.
That's my bestie. That's my bestie.
I don't want to get punched in the face by you.
I think it would have been a good fight. You guys would have matched up well. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, there's never gonna be a day where you're just like, oh, I'm gonna like try this like punching people in the face and like whatever thing, you know, most normal people. But it's like I think it's so good for you. It's so good for everybody. It's good to push yourself. Like you don't know what you're capable of until you try doing it. God, that sounded really corny too. But
but it is, yeah. It's
yeah.
I mean,
like you're tougher. People are tougher than they think.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I always tell people, like, you know, because, you know, people have asked me anything from, you know, how do I lose weight, or how do I do this, how do I do that, like, whatever it is that they've asked. Yeah. And I always tell them, I said, just, like, pick a thing to sign up for. Like, let's just say it's like a 5K, or it's like, you know.
That's so true.
You wanted to do a Spartan race or whatever. Like, just sign up for it. I'm like, because the mentality, once you're already signed up for it, it's already a night and day change, because you know that you have to wake up and show up that day. I'm like, so everything you start doing, it kind of changes like your mentality around everything.
It gives you a purpose.
And then you're like, it does, yeah, it gives you a purpose. And until you have the purpose, like you're kind of just like easily, you know,
there's no
around.
urgency
like, there's
behind
no,
the situation. There's no urgency behind it. Especially with fighting, like even a smoker, like anything where it's like full contact, this guy is going to try and knock you out. Like knockouts are allowed. This is no PKB like you put kickboxing. There's no point karate. This is a real fight, and you know that this person, you've seen their picture, you've seen the fight poster, you know they're going to be there in 4 weeks, and they're going to try to knock you out. That gives you motivation to train. You're like, oh no, I gotta train.
I would be so motivated to just not get hit in the face.
Yeah. I would. I'm motivated
like,
to not get
slept. Hit in the face, or like I don't want to have like fucking CTE or whatever.
I mean, I don't want to have CTE either, but like if it happens, it happens. Like honestly, like what am I trying to?
And then I would feel bad giving somebody else CTE. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would feel bad about that.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's such a it messes with you.
Yeah.
I think also.
But see, that's why I was saying like most people that fight have issues because they don't have a problem with getting CTE or giving CTE. Like to me, I'm like, I'm really. Yeah, no, because to me, I'm really like my grandpa. No, wait, no. Yeah, my grandpa. No. My grandpa ate a mango and died because he had diabetes. He was like, screw this. I'm eating this mango, and then he died. He committed suicide, I think.
Wait, what?
Yeah. He was from Maui, and he was like this. He was also
allergic to them?
No. It was like the blood sugar thing. But
he just wanted to eat it.
He just wanted to eat this mango. He just loves mango. Like my mom had these, my grandma had these mangoes.
Mango is good.
And he wasn't supposed to eat them because like whatever his blood sugar. And anyways, he ate this mango. I mean, obviously he didn't die. No, it's kind of funny. He didn't die like right away, obviously, but it like led to his death. Like the health problems that this mango caused. No, I thought it was gangster.
How big was the mango? I don't know.
I have no idea. He died when I was I think I was either like a newborn, like I don't know, like a newborn, or he died right before I was born.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I thought it was cool because he had diabetes and but he loved eating, and I guess the way that the diet that they had him on for the later part of his life when it was real bad was
sugar,
just bland food.
Yeah.
It was like bland food. He's like, no.
Because you can't.
Yeah, he's like, no.
Have sugar.
Yeah, he's like, no, screw this. I'm gonna eat this mango, and then he died on this mango.
I get it.
Love that grandpa though. That's but grandpa on my dad's side, and he.
Well, honestly, like that's a good example of like life is so short. Like, are you like, you know what I mean? Like it's almost like juggling. Is longevity better with bland, or is like I want to enjoy? You know what I mean? Like that's what's like tough, because like that's literally the dilemma all the time. I feel like you don't have crazy like health issues. You know?
Yeah, and I think that's the way I see fighting too. It's like I'm gonna have fun and like, because to me like the funnest thing in a fight to me is when like. Well, probably when you make
I would say the end.
No, the end is good. The feeling of relief, you're right. The end is amazing. Win or lose, the end. when you make people
That's
lose
kind of funny.
you're like, you just feel like you're in the Matrix or something.
Yeah,
like, you can't touch me. But it's also fun when, like, I don't know if this happens to you. It happens to me, like, sometimes, where like dudes will be hitting you, like, and you could tell they're trying to hurt you, and then it's just not hurting you. And like the last guy I fought,
you're like laughing. I would straight up be laughing.
It's awesome when I'm like, oh,
I probably could be. I could turn into psycho me for sure.
Yeah. I think a lot of us have that. A lot of fighters.
I was abused as a kid, so like I had a lot of anger playing hockey.
Yeah.
And like now that I play hockey as an adult, like I realize like dang like, and the rules it's like so different now. I was like dang, I was such a POS like back in the day. Totally.
You were aggressive.
But I didn't like. I don't think I knew in the moment like how much like I was literally using that as like an outlet for. Yeah. Whatever trauma I was going through, but I didn't really know that at the time. But now that I look back, because I play and I'm like goofy and joking around,
it's
and like
different. You're coming from a
and people and like it's not very aggressive at all. Like nobody even like really pushes each other. Like we kind of just you got the puck, you got the puck.
Yeah.
But it's just such a different mentality now. And like now I'm realizing like oh my god, I was like
you were angry.
Yeah, I was fighting all the time.
Yeah, and that makes sense. That makes sense that you. That's what I was saying earlier. You got some issues. You know, we all got issues. We all got issues. But it's like, have you ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember when like Zuko, his firebending used to come from like a place of like revenge and like hate and spite and like trying to like redeem himself in the eyes of his father and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It came from a different place. And then when he teamed up with Aang with the Avatar, he lost his firebending because he didn't have that like anger and that hate. He had to find he had to go to these dragons and like learn like a different place to like come up with the same energy. To, like,
I think that's why I've never. I think that's why I've never wanted. Like I've never agreed, even though I want to. Like a part of me wants to. Yeah, like, but yeah, I just like I make up excuses because it's like I don't feel like I really.
You're not in that place.
I'm not in that place anymore.
Do you think that the you
so
that was?
Yeah.
Do you think? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you think that the you that was playing hockey and like being kind of little, do you think that Lucy would have fought? You're like, hey, Smoker coming up.
I think so. Like if someone like came up to me and was
like, hey, Smoker, 8 weeks.
Or like someone talked and like, because I remember even like there was this one guy, I think some like National Guard like thing, and he was doing this competition there. He said, "Oh, we're gonna do a push-up competition at like 12 o'clock." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, like I'll do it, whatever, like I'll show up." Because he wanted girls to do it. And then the other girl that was gonna do it was a girl that like I kind of had beef with on my basketball team. So I was like, "Oh, I'll for sure do it." And like I don't even think I could do that many push-ups. I just made sure I did them because I wanted to beat her. It's so bad.
That's awesome.
And like I smoked her, and like everyone was around us watching. And to me, that was like the most satisfying thing because I knew like. I'm gonna just make myself do it. I'm like, I could probably do like 20 or 30 back then or whatever. Yeah. But actually, I think in high school too, like I was a part of so many different JROTC teams. We actually did push-ups every single day. So like, but we had to do, and it was like time. So I was like, oh, yo, I could totally. I know, like I knew what pace. I just knew I could beat her.
Right.
And then because I knew it was her doing it, I was like, oh, for sure I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be embarrassing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so it was just like one of those opportunities I had. I think so.
Yeah, but do you think if that Lucy was like, hey, do you want to fight this girl?
I think so. I mean, I definitely wouldn't have had the skills that I have now.
No.
I have more skills now than
of course, no, undoubtedly.
But I think so. But it would have been like pretty sloppy.
Oh yeah, I used to fight kids in school like for no reason, like not like real, like not like attack them, but I'll be like a guy thinks that he could beat me, and I don't think he could beat me, and we'll just be like, okay, yeah, let's fight. Like no like hard feelings, but we're just gonna fight.
Yeah.
You know, I've had like a bunch of fights in school, just like that. We just fight, just on competition. Yeah. And those were like mixed results. You know, there were fights that like a dude. I fought this one like 240 pounds someone. He was like an offensive line, and he was in the grade in the grade below me, but he was like we were at the same age. So I was younger in my grade. It was just a big ass lone fool, and he was just like rocking me, just giving me CTE. but I was just taking him, and he just got so tired, he just gave up. He just like put his hands on, he's like hands on his knees. He goes, okay, dude, I'm done. Yeah. I don't think I landed a single punch. I was like throwing him, but I was so short. He was just like taking him on the shoulders and stuff, and he just got tired. He goes, I'm done. And I'm like, so do I win? He goes, yeah, whatever. Like, he just didn't even care anymore. He was just so tired.
That's so
he did have asthma too. So that was that.
He gave you CT, you gave him asthma too.
Yeah, basically.
We just hugged it out and called it a day.
Yeah, no, we were still boys. Like we didn't have any beef. We just wanted to fight.
Oh.
Yeah, we just wanted to fight.
Well, I like that. I like your advice. Yeah, you guys, that's your advice. Do
it, dude. Just don't be scared. Just don't be scared. Like
pretend you're not scared.
Pretend you're not scared until you're not scared. That's what I do too.
And if worst comes to worst, you could go in the fetal position and just
and just like start crying. Yeah. That's always an option. That's never not an option. Like, do it.
Embarrassing, maybe.
Just go out there.
That is actually a good strategy in the fight because they're not gonna let you.
They're never gonna let that happen.
They're never gonna let you like.
No way. If I'm a ref and I see this, I'm calling.
Yeah. That's like give it up.
But you're not gonna do that. People are tougher.
You're not gonna want to. I think the like survival turns on.
Yes, people are tougher and braver than they think.
Yeah.
You are tougher and braver than you think. And I think that MMA fighting and competing in fighting, like, it's scary. That's why it's fun. And I think facing the fear, facing the adversity, it makes you a better person. It makes you a more humble person. Like, it's just better all around for, like, I think your general, like, mental health and well-being. It gives you something to be proud of. It gives you a feeling of accomplishment, and, like, it gives you confidence in yourself, and it gives you proof. It lets you validate to yourself that you are tougher and you are braver than you thought, and that you can overcome the person. That's my number one takeaway from fighting.
I'm very big on, like, people fighting in a sports capacity than
100%.
like just like fighting at the bar. Like,
oh hell no, that's
so
the dumbest
lame.
thing. That's so dumb. That's for like insecure people.
Yeah, like, so every time I see things like online, I'm like, nah, just sign up for a fight. Like, and you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like it's just
you're fighting some drunk chump in a bar.
Well, again, people also like purposely like kind of, you know, they're always kind of matching up purposely with people that they're automatically like bigger than or whatever else, and it just already just feels unfair.
You're a bully, dude.
Yeah.
You're a bully.
It's very bully. Yeah. It's very
so how about you go out there and you do come with that
fight
same
a guy with your same
skill level, same size.
Yeah.
And like, let's see, like, that's when you find out who's really brave, who's really, you know, composed mentally, who's really a good fighter. Like, I'm not impressed by you knocking out no chump outside of Kelly.
You can see it, yeah.
Yeah, he's drunk, and like, I'm not impressed by that. It's probably some dude that's smaller than you too. Like, that's bully behavior. I'm not impressed with that. It just shows that you lack emotional control. Like, there's almost no way. Oh man, I don't want. I was just about to say, like, maybe this will sound like I'm putting it out there as a challenge, but there's almost no way you can get into a street fight with me, like, in the club or like on the not that I go to the club. But like, there's people that, you know, you go to Kelly's or you go to like I keep saying Kelly's. People would, I mean, and people know that. But I hate it too. I hate Scarlett's. I hate all of those places. Bar 35. I just go there and I'm so short, you know, like, and then there's people that are all tall and they're all dancing, and my head's right here and they'll just like reverse elbow me. I'll go out after a fight, black eye, like broken nose, and my boys will be like, let's go celebrate, and we'll go to freaking Scarlett's, and I get elbowed in the face. I take like just as much damage at Scarlett's than I do in the actual fight.
That's funny. That's the place to train, guys.
Go to
Scarlett's
and train. That's crazy. There was these two drunk dudes that were like trying to dap each other up. They're like, hey, what's up? And then they missed.
Stop.
And then they poked me in the eye.
Stop.
And then, dude, it was so bad.
That is so funny.
I was mad. But what am I going to be? Why would I fight that guy?
Yeah.
He's just drunk, and he just like,
it's
already embarrassing to miss it.
I've talked people out of fighting me. I've talked some army guy out of fighting me, but I wasn't even talking to him. I was talking to my buddy. He said, "What did you say?" And I was like, "I wasn't talking to you." And he was like, "No." And then my other guy, he was an officer at the time. I was like, "Okay, you're definitely not gonna talk to him because like at least I'm not in anymore. Like you're like a whole officer, you know what I mean?" So I was like, "No." But yeah, I appreciate him trying to have my back. But I was like, "Dude, it's not even worth it." Like that guy, clearly he's going home and he's like trash. It was so weird. Yeah. But it was like on my birthday.
Why are you trying
to fight me? I was like, what?
See, that's bully behavior.
It was like crazy to me. I was like, you want to fight me, really? Like, okay.
That's people that want to put other people down so they can feel a little bit bigger or better. They want to feel like
I don't I understand guys that get pissed off and stuff over certain things. Like I literally wasn't even talking to this dude. Don't even know this dude. Yeah. It's not like I was antagonizing the guy. Right. But also, you want to fight a girl? Like for what?
That's
like, so weird. So weird. Anyway, I'm gonna end with that story.
Okay. Yes. Of course.
Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna put all of his Instagram and stuff, and maybe a couple of your fights in the description so people can watch it. If you do another X1 fight, I'll promote it so that people can come.
Yeah, actually, I have seen it.
Like a gift?
Yeah, like a gift to say thank you for having me on.
Oh my god.
So this is the battalion coin for 2nd Battalion 27th Infantry Regiment, and some like our division beam page. Our division, this is our division beam page. Yeah, Tropic Lightning.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Can I show the camera real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, for Tropic Lightning right here.
Thank you, dude. This means a lot.
Yeah.
I so appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I got that one for my for winning a army and some army combatants tournament. I think it was Tropic Lightning. I think that's my second Tropic Lightning. Yeah.
This is so dope.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much. Aww. Alright, you guys. Follow Leonard. I'll link all his stuff on here. Like and subscribe. And thanks for watching this Super Nice Podcast. Aloha.